Go ahead, Doc.
Shalom. Before we start, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory.
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakwadash.
I want to say double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and the elders of the great millstone, the men that taught us this truth, that rule well and teach well. And also shalom and salutations to the brothers out there in the hopeful elect that are preaching this word in truth and sincerity. So we're the brothers of great millstone Montreal, back out here once again to prophesy the downfall of this kingdom and to uplift our Lord Yahweh Shai, man.
It's not church?
It's the book of Daniel 12 in verse 4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end."
Right, and we're living in the time of the end. You see, this is the end, man. The end of this kingdom, the end of this rulership. Not the end of the world, but the end of an age, right? Like the scriptures say.
It says, "Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased."
Right. So with this being the end, there's going to be a lot of information going out, man. This age is known as the information age, man. The time of information, man. And how's that? How's that so? First and foremost, the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai, but also the internet. Which that's also the work of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Psalms 19 and verse 1, it says, "The heaven declare the glory of the Lord,
right,
and the firmament showeth his handiwork.
Right.
Day unto day uttereth speech, night unto night sheweth knowledge.
Right.
There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard.
Right.
Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their works to the end of the world, and them hath he set the tabernacle for the sun." I'm going to jump up to verse 2. It says, "Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night sheweth knowledge."
Right, so that's going into the internet, man. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge, man. Because with the internet, you're able to access information at any time of the day, man. At any point,
It says, "There is no speech, no language, where their voice is not heard.
Right.
Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world, and them hath he set the tabernacle for the sun."
Right, so that's dealing with the gospel, man. The gospel and the ministry of our Lord Yahweh Shai is on the internet as well. If you're able to access it through the YouTube, man. Online. Whether you're in these different countries, China, India, you can access the video.
This is Romans 10 in verse 18. It says, "But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world."
Right, so the internet is able to do that, right? And it's going to come to the point where the whole world is going to know about, the ministry of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man, and his work. That's why it says in Matthew 24, it says, that everybody's going to know,
It's the book of Matthew 24 and verse 14. "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come."
Right, so, for the most part, the whole world is going to be a witness to this gospel, man, that that has been preached, that has already gone out, man. They're going to witness it, man. They're going to see it for themselves, and then the end is going to come,
To further prove that we are in the time of information, even the fact that we're speaking English, YouTube can translate our voice. Isa Edom has the technology that would be able to translate the words that we're saying into another language.
Right.
So these people, they don't have an excuse to say that, "Oh, I didn't know."
Right.
There was a instance where there was a video of the elders and the apostles being watched in Japan with subtitles. So even then, they knew what they were saying.
Right. Right. So the Israelites, which are the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, you have no excuse. Because the Lord is stretching forth His hand through the prophets, through this ministry, and you can access it. You're seeing it, Proverbs 1.
This is the book of Romans 10 and verse 18. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world.
Which is right now.
So the truth has been spread all across the world. You know?
No excuse. They have heard. They have heard. Even these people walking to and fro, they hear it, man. That's right. See? Even to the point where some people thought that we were here every day, man. You know, just the fact that we're out here twice, sometimes now 3 times a week. You know, they hear this word, man. And it really condemns them if they don't repent.
Right.
You see? They have, as it says, if I didn't come, they would have a cloak for their sins, but now I am come, and they have no cloak. Right. See? They made a choice to not follow after the Lord.
Right, so their excuse is, I didn't know. You know, you can't use that excuse because you did know.
That's it.
You know, you just chose to like turn the shoulder, like the scripture say. You chose to turn away from the truth, man, and not hear it. You know?
This is Proverbs 1 and verse 20. It says, wisdom crieth without. And it's like, even if they didn't reject it in this time, they probably rejected it in another life.
Yeah.
So it really don't matter, you know. The elect is going to get it.
Yeah.
The ones that are not of the elect are not going to get it.
That's right.
Proverbs 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets.
Right.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city she uttereth her word saying.
Right, so that's where you find, you know, the true knowledge of your Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His Son, Yahweh Shai. It's out in the streets, man. Not in these churches. You know? These churches don't have the true interpretation of the scriptures, man. They don't have the spirit of the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Right.
You know?
And what proves that is that they can't break down prophecy. Right? If they had the spirit of the Lord, the scripture said the spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. So you should be able to break down these prophecies in Daniel's and Ezekiel. They should be going through that and tying it all together to make it make sense with their doctrine. But they can't. Why is that? Right? They have everything to say about the way we break down the scriptures, but you don't have a breakdown. Okay? Which proves what? The Lord is not dealing with you. Okay? Now you will do nothing or reveal his secrets then. Okay? And get me the spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy. Just to prove to them it says it in the scriptures. You know? You got what I asked for, right?
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 7. It says, surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but He revealeth His secret unto His servants, the prophets.
Right, He revealed His secrets unto His servants, the prophets. Right? So that's what He's going to do. If you're not a prophet, in order for you to understand the prophecy, you got to be a prophet. Okay? So if you're not a prophet, then you need to be quiet concerning the scriptures and breaking it down and this and that, because you have to know prophecies to break down the scriptures. Okay? What do you have on here? All right, this is the book of Isaiah 29 and verse 11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed. Right. Right. But hold that real quick. And I want you to also get that in the NLT after that. Go ahead.
Revelation, so like Revelation 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see, thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is...
Testimony of Yahweh Shai. You guys talking about, let me get my testimony. My testimony. Right? You're supposed to have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Okay? And what's the testimony of Yahweh Shai? Go ahead.
The testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
It's the spirit of prophecy, meaning you have to understand these prophecies. And these Christians don't understand these prophecies. Okay? This is why they can't tell you what's going on now.
Yeah.
This is why when the C-19 came and told you to take the Jews, go ahead, take it. Because I don't know what to do. So I'm going to take the Jews too. Right?
Take the juice so you can come back to church.
Don't follow the Lord. Don't follow Yahweh Shai and the prophecy. Follow what the government says on the news. Follow the who. These are your spiritual leaders, man.
You know how they say how Satan came and used the scriptures to try to deceive Yahweh Shai? You had that Chameleon Harris telling the people that's how you show love to your neighbor, by taking the juice. You see? They take the juice so you can come back to church, worship, all that sorts of madness.
Right. If they don't understand the scriptures, then they're going to fall for that.
That's it. That's true. That is love.
So, this is the book of Isaiah 29 and verse 11. It reads here, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed.
Right, this book is sealed to you Christians. Okay? You antichrist. You Christians are antichrist. This book is sealed to you, man. Right? But proof it's not. Let's go to Daniel. If any of you guys pop up, okay, let's go to Daniel. It's all about Christ. Well, I want to talk about Daniel. Right? He speaks about who we call Christ. So what's up? Right? So at the end of the day, this book is sealed to you. Go ahead.
It says here, and it says, which man deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee.
Right, to one that has education, at the theologian school, like vocab, and still doesn't understand the scriptures. Most of the things he learned from us. All right? Go ahead.
It says, and he said, I am not learned. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people,
okay, get it in NLT.
Matter
of fact, you can finish it off.
It says, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned. So in NLT says, all the future events in his vision are like a sealed book to them. When you give it to those who can read, they will say, you can't read it because it is sealed.
Yeah. We'll go up to the beginning. Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'll read it again, verse 11. All the future events in his vision are like a sealed book.
All the future events in his vision are like a sealed book. That's why vocab doesn't deal with the future about America being destroyed. Where's Babylon at? Why don't you go into the detail? And then when he doesn't understand something, show you so much of a demon he is. He'll say, oh, well, this is not really that important. It's not critical. And it's all about Jesus. Are you going through the breakdown or you're not going through the breakdown? Whenever he hits a point he doesn't know, he says, it's not that important. Right? Because he doesn't understand. And he even admitted it in his breakdown that he doesn't understand it. Well, I'm still trying to figure this out. We're at the end of the world. We're at the end now. We don't got time to figure it out. See, you got it or you don't got it.
That's right.
You see?
Go ahead. It says, all the future events in his vision are like a sealed book to them. When you give it to those who can read, they will say, you can't read it because it is sealed.
Right, it's sealed unto them. It's not sealed unto us. Well, get what Yahushua said to the disciples, man. Okay? To them it is given, Matthew 10. Okay? To them it is not given, rather. You see?
Go ahead. Verse 12, when you give it to those who cannot read, they will say, you don't know how to read.
Right, we don't know how to read. Okay? The ones that are unlearned, they don't know. The ones that are learned that went to college and university, they don't know. Right? So who knows? The ones that the Lord gave the Spirit to.
That's right.
The ones that the Lord gave the Spirit to, it has nothing to do with those carnal things. You understand? See? And this is what's really messing them up. It's like, how did we get all this knowledge? It's the Spirit of the Lord, man. You can study this. You know how much people that watch us on the comment board and Shalom and this and that, and they're bug outs? I mean, for years, man. And they're complete bug outs, complete nut jobs. But they're listening and watching every video. They're under every video. But the Lord still blocked them. Right. Still can't receive the understanding. Okay?
This is 1 Corinthians 2 and verse 12. Now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit which is of the Most High, that we might know the things that are freely given to us of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Which things also we speak, not in the words which man's wisdom teaches, but which the Holy Spirit teaches.
We weren't talking about man, we're talking about the Holy Spirit, right?
Comparing spiritual things with spiritual.
That's it. Alright? You got to ask for it? You got it.
Matthew 13, verse 9, it says, who hath ears to hear, let him hear. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Yeah, why are you speaking to the people in parables, man? Why don't you break it down plainly into them so they can understand, right?
Verse 11, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given.
So because it's given to you, but to them it is not given, man. Okay? It's only given to the elect. All right? It's only given to a certain select group of people. Okay? The Lord wasn't dealing with everybody. Just like the Lord is not dealing with everybody now. He's dealing with that select group that will be able to understand it. Right? And the reason you can't understand it is because He blocks you from understanding it. Get me Isaiah 6 and 9. Give me Isaiah 6 and 9.
In the book of Isaiah 6 and verse 9, it says, "And He said, Go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not, and see indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes, and hear with their ears."
This goes back to a prayer that King David made, a curse that King David put up against the wicked Israelites. He said, make their ears heavy, you know, make them to not see, right? You understand what I'm saying? And that's what the Lord did. The Lord made them to not see or hear, right? Meaning understand this wisdom and knowledge. Okay? And there's nothing you can do to make them to understand. You know? First coming to the truth, you want to break it into, you know, force it out somebody's throat. You can't do that because if it's not meant for them to get it, they can't get it. Go ahead.
It says, "And hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed."
Right? And convert and be healed, because they're going to be healed once they hear they receive this word. You understand what I'm saying? If they can receive it. Right? That's what the Lord said, oh, if you can receive it, they're hearing it. Right? They may know what He means by that, but can you receive it? You know what I mean? Can you receive it? These people can't receive it, man. They can't receive it. Like the woman, like the Samaritan woman by the water. He said, listen, if I would have the everlasting, the water to give everlasting life. She couldn't receive it anyway. Right? She's a heathen. She can't receive it. You understand? Even if you were to give it to her. You see that? Go ahead.
It says, verse 11, "Then said I, Lord, how long? And He answered, Until the cities be wasted without inhabitants, and their houses without man, and the land be utterly desolate."
Right. So meaning they're never going to get it until their destruction comes. Okay? So the destruction of Jacob is coming. Right? And at the end of the day, that's what the Lord wants. He wants them to be judged. There's certain characters in the movie that have to be judged. Right? There's certain, well, what's the great judgment going to be spoken about? There's certain people that have to be within that. Right? And then there's a small remnant that's going to be delivered from that. Okay? But the mass majority, man, y'all are going to get swept away, man. It doesn't matter if you're an Israelite. Okay? There's regular Israelites, and then there's the Israel of God, the Israel of the Most High. Those are the ones that are being preserved. Those are the ones that are going to continue until the end, man. Right? And go through whatever the Lord puts in front of them, they're going to get and go through it. Right?
Zechariah 13 and verse 8, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say."
The third, that's dealing with America. So there's going to be a third of you Israelites left in America, right, that are not going to be destroyed. Okay? But the rest of you are going to be burnt up with the rest of the heathen in America. You see that? That's going to be that great sacrifice to appease the wrath of the Most High. So that's clearly a bigger portion. Right? That's a much larger portion. And that's where the greatest amount of Israelites are at. They believe that they're Israelites is in America. Right? Great awakening, if you will. Go ahead.
Right.
Listen on that.
It says, "They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh is my power."
Right. It's my God. It's my power. Right? Because you Israelites, you're trying to show you who your God is.
Right.
We're trying to show you what your God is all about. Right? What He likes, what He doesn't like. Right? Who He's going to destroy, who He's going to deliver.
Right.
How you can get into the good graces of that God. See, that's our job. Right? To warn. Right? Our job is to warn. Right? So that what? The blood is off of our hands. We ain't got nothing to say. The blood is off of our hands. Man. Right? So when all hell breaks loose, we ain't got nothing to tell you. We already explained it to you. Now it's time for judgment. Oh, but I want to get down now. I want to do the right thing. No, it's so stupid. Have fun. But I can't. Everyone's dying. Hey, that's not my problem.
That's right, that's right.
Okay, that's not my problem. I already gave the message out. See? Got something else on?
Oh, that was it.
Okay. Got something? Okay, hold on. Got something? Bring it out.
Job 21 and 30, that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath.
They're reserved for the day of destruction. You understand? Right? The Apostle Tahar goes into what? Maranatha, which means put aside for judgment. Right? So the wicked is reserved for judgment. They're here, they're living their life, they're healthy, right? It seems like they never died, you know? 400 pounds, they don't, like the Apostle said, they don't catch heart attacks. How big Shirley so big you don't catch no heart attack? Well, the Lord is preserving us, He's keeping their spirit in there. No matter what they eat, no matter what they do, you know? Some Jake's been shot 8 times.
Yeah,
still alive, still running around. They're being preserved for a particular judgment. Okay? That wasn't, you want them to go out like that. That wasn't enough. You got a higher level of judgment. See? Good?
Psalm 73 and 17. Until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I their end. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou casted them down into destruction.
That's it. That's what's they're getting ready to go into destruction. Okay, they're getting ready to go into destruction because they didn't want to take heed to the men of the Lord. They wanted to continue in the matrix. Okay, see, he didn't want to come out of the matrix. Right? He wanted to stay in the matrix. Because when he came out of the matrix, he started to throw up. You know, it was uneasy because it was the reality.
Right.
Truth. Right. Truth is reality. Right. Right?
Right.
You see? Right. Which is what? Which is very, it could be bleak. Yeah. Right? It could be bleak. You know? But guess what? You got to deal with it.
Right.
You got to deal with it if you're a man of the Lord. If you could go into the matrix, but there's a major judgment coming for it. Right. Because you decided to be in that ignorance. Right. Which ultimately the Lord kept you in that ignorance. Right. You got more on that?
Right. Proverbs 1 and 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorner
they love simplicity. They love ignorance is bliss. Right? So if you don't know, then it means you don't got to deal with it. Right? Which is really not true. Because the Lord is going to bring it to the forefront anyway. See? You understand? A lot of people when they die, what happens? Their life flashes before their eyes, right? So they start to reminisce on the wickedness that they did. See that? That's all spiritual, right? That's all spiritual. Okay? So that they know by that time why it was happening to them, they deserve it.
Right.
See? And we're in the time of the finale of judgments where, man, these judgments that are getting ready to come, man, they're going to really wish they did the right thing.
Well, like you brought out information, that kid, you know, he remembers who he was in his past life. Because he's a killer of Gadites, Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, which are Israelites. Also, I believe it was Antoine Rivet. He said that on his deathbed, he repented of the stuff that he did. You know, don't quote me on that. Okay. But it's one of those sicknesses.
Yeah.
He repented of the wicked that he did.
Okay. We're right on the deathbed, right?
So I heard he's about to die.
It doesn't work like that. See, because they're in the mindset of this modern day Christianity. It doesn't work like that. You can't do wickedness your whole life. And in the last minute, when you're about to die, that's when you repent. It doesn't work like that. Okay? Which, let me take it back. Because you do have certain people, like the male factor, right?
Yeah.
Where the Lord at the last minute, the Lord, you know, profess. But let's put it this way: when he came back, he was in sickness. Let me say this, okay? When he came back, I'm pretty sure he didn't come back and even open the church and see until his death. Okay? I'm pretty sure. Okay? But you know that can't happen. Okay, that can't happen. I'll say that.
You're talking about the guy who was crucified?
Right. You know, I don't think he wasn't that level of wicked. You understand what I'm saying? He wasn't that level of wicked, you know? But I'm just saying that whole mindset, And another thing, that's a rare case. That's his case.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
case by case basis.
Right.
But another thing is the Lord is not like that. He's not just so a pushover. He's not a pushover like how they push. You understand? His judgment is terrible. You see? So he's talking about you repent. Hey, man, you repent too. You repent to Jesus the Christ. Which that's not the name of the Lord, right? He didn't really repent to Yahweh Bashem, right? It's a lot here, man. Go ahead.
It says here,
You gotta do like the elder.
and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called, and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded.
And they know in the spirit that when they pass us, it's a spiritual thing. You know, they know this is a spiritual thing. It makes them uneasy. You know, it makes them very, very uneasy, uncomfortable. Specifically the wicked. For the righteous, this is like, wow, this is like finding an oasis. But for the wicked, it's like this. It makes them uncomfortable.
Right? Just like a criminal in the face of a judge. You know, he knows he has, as soon as he knows that he did it, and he's going to get time in prison, he's sweating, in front of that judge,
Or when someone did a crime, and you recognize someone from the crime scene looking at you.
Yeah.
Why is gonna feel uneasy, man? The witness,
Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, but ye have said at not all my counsels, and with none of my reproof. I will also laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you.
So the Lord is gonna mock you when you get destroyed. Okay? When that judgment comes upon you, because you didn't listen to the prophets. That's it. Okay? So is it wrong to mock the wicked when they get judged? No, it's not. Okay? Because what? Because the Lord is going to mock them for what? Because they scoffed, right? They walked by, they didn't take heed to the serious thing that was being said, which really the Lord was saying. Yahweh was saying. You understand? Get the eye, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So when that judgment comes, whatever.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I'm sure you can score it. That's right. Go ahead. Okay. Oh, that was it on that?
That's it.
Okay, go ahead.
This is Job 24 and verse 23. Though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as
They're exalted for a little while, man. They're exalted. They're on a high level now. Okay? I mean, they get to do what they want to do. This is their world. The world loving them. You know? Things go right in their life to some extent. You know? They're doing okay. Especially the elite, especially the higher you get up in society. You know, they're having fun, man. Alright? Go ahead.
it says, they are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all others.
But you see, they're going to be brought low. You understand? When Esau takes down this economic system, when he transitions this, everyone's going to be on the same level. The scripture says, as is the you know what I'm saying, the servant, so is the master. Everyone's going to be on the same level. The CEOs, okay, the garbage man, all right, the pastor, the people in the church, everyone's going to be on the same level. Okay? When you can't access the bank for 2 to 3 weeks, I don't care. You can have I'm a millionaire, but you're not what can that do for me? You can't access it for this 3 weeks. I'm a millionaire. You have to survive. You look good to me.
That's right.
You have to survive now. You see what I'm saying? Okay?
Get out of here. I'm Drake. Huh?
Do the dance.
You're going to be wondering how that Drake meat tastes. Hey, pause on that.
It shows you, that movie, Trading Places.
No, Didi.
It shows you that movie Trading Places how that Edomite, when he was put in the situation of that jig, he was through, man. He couldn't even maneuver, man, because he had his hopes in that money. So when that money was taken away from him, he was through, man. That's what's gonna happen to these people.
Right, because he was used to living a particular way, where if he didn't have those things that he had, he didn't know how to maneuver. So when that was taken away, he basically panicked, he froze. What do I do? He's through. And that's gonna be the case for these people, man. When certain luxuries or certain things they're accustomed to get taken away, they're just gonna freeze, man, and lose their mind. You're gonna go psycho, literally.
Yeah, you get accustomed to a lifestyle.
Yeah.
You get accustomed, right? So then, what would be an upgrade to somebody else would be a major downgrade to you.
Right.
Wow. Yeah.
Right. And that's why it's not good to be too much in this comfort. Right? I'm actually trying to figure out ways to get out of comfort, throughout daily, like purposely put myself out of comfort in different ways. I'm trying to find different unique ways to do that if possible, because it's a good thing. That's really part of building up to be a man. Is getting out of comfort. Comfort kills manhood. You understand what I'm saying? But we're coming to a time where they're gonna have to get back to that ancient manly spirit. Unwillingly. By force. You see? Because they didn't have this in the ancient world. They didn't have this in not even the ancient world. Let's go to 1900s, early 1900s. They didn't have all this grocery store. Most people didn't have the grocery store right next to them. You understand? That was the whole grocery store thing that came up by the Rockefellers, I believe, started that. Okay? That whole grocery store concept. A mall concept. You understand what I'm saying? You have to get everything at a particular place instead of you making it yourself. Right. Which that is much more of a better way of living. It's secure. It's more secure. Because you don't got to depend on nobody. Right? There's no third party that you got to depend on. Right. So let's say you don't have as much money and stuff. So I got my farm, I got my potatoes and my tomatoes and stuff. I can make myself, I have enough food to make myself a meal or whatever. See what I'm saying? Now, if you don't got the bread, you better try to ask for some change to get some McDonald's, man. Or something. A burger from somewhere. Okay? So go ahead.
It says here.
Oh, okay, hold on. Read that, Makai. You got something? Oh, you got more? Okay, go ahead, bro.
It says, they are taken out of the way as all other and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn.
They're about to be cut off, man. They're about to be cut off. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 27 in verse, I'm going to start on verse 24. It says, for riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure forever.
Riches are not forever, man. Riches are not forever in this life, especially as an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? As an Israelite, it's very young. You're not put here to pass on generational wealth. Okay? You're put here as this is a punishment. Okay? So guess what? Don't marvel if you lose it. Don't be surprised if you lose it. You got to get back to the bottom. Get back to the bottom. Okay? That's part of life. Especially as an Israelite in this particular setup. So that's why you don't want to put your trust in these things, right? Because if you put your trust in it and you lose it, well, there's your trust, there's your hope. There's your hope withering away. Because that's what your hope is at. Your hope is in how my shot taking care of you. That's what your hope should always be. How my shot sustaining you. So then when you lose that hope, you see how much shot is.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
It says, for riches are not forever, and doth the crown endure to every generation? The hay appeareth, and the tender grass showeth itself, and herds of the mountains are gathered. The lambs are for thy clothing, and the goats are the price of thy field. And thou shalt have goat's milk, and not for thy food, and for the
goat's
food.
milk. See, you're supposed to be drinking goat's milk. Goat's and lamb cheese. And lamb cheese. Lamb cheese is good. Lamb cheese is very good. Okay? I never tried lamb's milk, but lamb's cheese is very good. Goat's milk is kind of an acquired taste, but it's good for you. You get used to it, Not to a point where I was eating this cereal, Yeah, it's good. It's good. You did that too? Smoothie, not cereal. So, okay, yeah. Well, I got to a point where I was eating cereal. But the reason The reason we don't like it right now, because we're not accustomed to it. The reason why it might be like, okay, because you're not accustomed to eating it, so you're accustomed to that cow's milk. That's why you even think it's better, but you're not eating that in Asia. Okay? So like, that's a whole other point.
It says, and thou shalt have goat's milk enough for thy food, and for the food of thy household, and for the maintenance of thy maidens.
Yeah, that's the true wealth, like the brother was going into. Right? You having actual farm and cattle, that's actual wealth, man, compared to actually having, literal money. Because with that, you having cattle and whatnot, let's say if you're in a financial situation, you can sell your cow or sell your bullock, get some money to get out that situation, right? To where that you don't have to depend on a third party. That's how it was like in the ancient world, man. You actually had land, you actually had substance. But here, you don't have shit, man. The only thing, you don't have nothing to your name.
Right.
You're paying rent, you're paying car loans, which you don't own. So hey, you see it, and if you put your trust in these things, that's when Jacob's trouble comes, you're gonna be left, without hope. Man. That's it.
All right. I'm just looking for the precept where it says that Abraham was a rich man. What made him rich was the gold, silver, but also it speaks about the cattle that he possessed.
Right. Okay. You got something about it?
Psalms 37 and 8. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off. But those
and everyone that's not following the ways of Yahweh Shai, they're doing evil. Yeah. Right? You don't have to be a serial killer to do evil. They make it seem like you gotta you punch people in the face, then now that's evil. No, evil is anything that when you're not living after the way the Heavenly Father told you to live in the scriptures. That's it. That's evil. Okay? Go ahead.
not worshiping Yahweh.
Worshiping Yahweh by Shai. Okay?
For evildoers shall be cut off, but those who wait upon the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yet thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace.
Yeah, the meek shall inherit the earth. Man. The lowly, the ones that, and the only way you can be meek is if you know Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's the only way to be meek. You can't be meek unless you know the Creator, man. Right? Because when you depart from it, that's when you become proud. Automatically. See? Okay. You got something?
Yeah, what we asked for? Okay. Genesis 24 and verse.
You have something before that? You have something? Oh, bring on yours first.
This is Isaiah 24, verse 1. It says, Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof. And it shall be as with the people, so with the priests, as with the servant, so with his master.
Right. Everyone's going to be on the same level, man. You got a manager, they're going to be on the same level. You got a CEO of a company, they're going to be on the same level as the employees when this crash happens, man. Go ahead.
It says, as with the maid, so with her mistress. As with the buyer, so with the seller. As with the lender, so with the borrower. As with the taker of usury, so with them. So with the giver of usury to him.
Right. Right. See what I'm saying? Even down to these little bank CEOs and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? They're gonna be on the low level, man. They're collecting all the riches. They're gonna be on the same level as the right? You're trying to survive. Right? And then the new riches, which is the true riches, is going to be the fear of the Lord, the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. That's what's going to get the elect through. Give me Isaiah 33 and 6 real quick. All right?
Which, if I may add to, even within these post-apocalyptic movies, you never see them speaking about, oh, I'm a baker, I'm a doctor, I'm a, right. They're proclaiming their career. Right. Well, until, it's necessary, let's say, something that's wounded, that's declared, but that's not the main, subtopic.
They're not bragging about it.
They're not bragging about that, man. Which now they are. They go to a certain establishment, wait for this, that, they're wearing as a badge of honor. But you look at these post-apocalyptic movies, they're not bragging, man. Everybody's the same, The only thing they're looking to is food and shelter. That's all they have in common, man.
doesn't matter anymore.
Right. Okay. So like, the thing on the piece of, you said that you were real. You got it? Okay, hold that.
Yes, usually.
Isaiah 33 and 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. Fear the Lord.
That's gonna keep us stable. It's not gonna be your job or how much money you have in the bank, how much cars you got on, filling out something crazy. That's not gonna keep you sustained in that time. Right? You understand? Go ahead.
The fear of the Lord is its treasure.
It's the fear of the Lord. How did you walk in this life? Did you walk with the Lord wanted you to do in mind? These people are not walking like that in their daily life. Right now, they're just the only time they think about the Lord is because we're bringing it up. Yeah. Right? Oh yeah, the Bible. Right? Before that, they weren't thinking about the scriptures, man. Okay? They were just following, living, doing what they wanted to do. Okay? Go ahead.
Psalm 62 and 5. My soul, wait thou only upon the Most High, for my expectation is from Him. He only is my
My
rock.
expectation is from Him. See what I'm saying? Even we got abundance. Okay, my expectation is still from Him, but when I keep it, or when He sustains me, and if I lose it, or when He continues to sustain me. You understand? These people don't think like that. When they get the money, it's the money that delivers them. Right? So they look at that bank account and say, yeah. They start talking proud. I can buy you.
Oh,
That's how Jake talks. I can buy you. They mean it too.
It says, in the Most High is my salvation and my glory. The rock of my strength and my refuge is in the Most High. Trust in Him at all times. Yea, people, pour out your heart before Him. The Most High is a refuge for us. Salah.
Right. And if the Heavenly Father is a jealous power, if you trust in something else, right, He's going to be angry at that, right? See? So you got to trust in Him. That's how it goes, man.
Verse 10.
We had examples of that in the scriptures, where people, they were relying on Egypt.
Okay.
You know, whenever, like the Syrians, when they came up against the northern kingdom, you know, they relied on Egypt. Right? The Lord was pissed off, man. That's why He brought them into captivity, man. Even when it happened with the kingdom of Judah too. The Lord told them, just go into the Babylonians, just go into their subjection. Jeremiah told them that. But here it is that, let's go to Egypt instead. We could overcome. What happened? They went into captivity regardless, man. You know?
That story shows the rebellion of our people, because they came to Jeremiah asking for a solution.
Yeah.
And then they said, whatever the Lord says, we'll do it. We promise. He said, okay, I'll come back. He came back with the solution. They said, okay, no, fuck that.
No, anything but that.
We ain't gonna submit.
Because it's a weak. It's not popular. It wasn't a popular opinion.
Yeah.
It's all the Lord. You gather yourself 400 men, and I'll take them down. You know, they're thinking about those stories. They want some glorious victory against Babylonians. On will set fire from heaven. The angel destroy the king of Babylon, because you're my people, right? But when He said, "Now just submit and be under Him," nah, this is madness. This is madness. Going to Egypt, right? And they went to Egypt, right? Because it wasn't a popular thing. You know, it didn't sound good. It didn't sound pleasing. It's like suffering in this life, right? You gotta suffer. As part of the script, you're gonna suffer. You're gonna lose. You're gonna catch L's, right? Much tribulation before Yahushua comes back. That doesn't sound appealing to these people, right? Okay, they're trying to get rich in this society, right? See? Go ahead.
Even Salaki, as you
Oh,
mentioned,
Salaki, that's why them preaching of pastors in the church, their whole thing is prosperity. Right?
Yeah.
Their whole thing is a prosperity doctrine. A feel good motivational speech. Right. Oh, you want that car, you're gonna get it. You know? Just, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Let me touch you. Get it. You know what I'm saying? That's why I come to church.
Yeah.
So they can get that motivation to win in this world, man. To win in captivity.
it's a hype man.
Yeah.
it's a spiritual.
Yeah, so that they can win in captivity. Go ahead.
So like I wanted to add that pertain to how you said the Most High is a jealous power. It says there was an instance when I believe it was the king of Israel that went to a god of another nation for I think healing. You know, it's like, and then he sent the prophet to that king saying, isn't there a God in Israel for you? You know, isn't there a God already in Israel for you to go to seek after idols of these nations? Okay, because of that you're gonna die. You know, Again, the Lord is a jealous power. It's like there's one more verse. Yeah, it says here, verse Psalm 62 and 10. It says here, trust not in oppression.
And I believe that guy was like worshiping the Lord too, and then he kind of went to idols.
Yeah.
Jake is all messed up, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, Psalm 62 and 10. Trust not in oppression, become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them.
Right. Yeah. What does it mean to set your heart upon something? Man? Look at the word set. Man. Set, you know. It says set your heart. Look at the word set.
62 and 10.
Okay.
Psalm 62 and 10.
Because Jake's heart is set upon riches. It's set upon riches.
I got that.
Look at a car that is set upon.
What, brother? They're washing it every weekend, you know.
Waxing.
Wax off, wax on. And you lay on it by accident, Jake is looking at you crazy.
Yeah.
You know, because his mind is in that car, man. That's his salvation.
Someone's trying to park behind. He's watching.
He's watching.
He got somebody be looking at them in the video. This guy doing it. You see how close he get? Making a driver uncomfortable and shit. Alright? Jake's heart is set upon these things, man. You know? You got to mean it? Go ahead.
To put.
Well, we'll read the word, bro. You should know it, bro. That's the thumb. Shayah.
In the Hebrew, shayah, it says to put, to set, to put, lay hand upon, to set, station, appoint, fix, set mind to.
Set mind to, right? His heart is completely set to that. Like it's engulfed in that. You know, the riches and these different things in this world, huh? You understand? When his mind and his heart is supposed to be set on what? Yahweh Shem Shah says to serve the Lord with all thy heart, love the Lord with all thy heart, right? You understand what I'm saying? That's really where your mind is supposed to be set towards. But his mind is set towards the things in this world, man. Go ahead.
To constitute, make one something, make like, perform. To take one stand, to lay waste, to be opposed, to set apart.
That's it on that. So yeah, so you know they're fixated on that. Which give me the scripture where it says, "Love the Lord with all that heart." You know, it says, "Lean not upon that one understanding too." See, so all these different things is that's what the Heavenly Father is. You know, he wrote that down for a reason, right? You know, because that's the mindset we're supposed to be in. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, Con, if I may add too, because you know, a mindset of this world, you know, especially Jake, a mindset that's pushed is that you get rich or you die trying, you know? You get rich, you know, as long as you get in the bag, you know, as long as I'm getting the bag, I'm good. But that's not the mindset you're supposed to have, right? The mindset you're supposed to have is, you know, the fear of Yahweh Ba'Shem Al-Shai, you know?
That's right.
Because if that was their mindset, none of these guys want to be going to these guys' concerts, man. They going to no Young Thug concert, man. By the time they find out this guy's putting on dresses and things like that, sacrifice the blues, they wouldn't have gone to his concerts anymore, man. See? And they don't care, man. Yeah, they don't care. Now he's getting money.
Yeah, as long as you get money. That's wicked.
Pockets fat.
Trying to get like him.
So, who was reading?
I was done reading the definition.
You were done reading? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is the book of St. Matthew 6 and verse 21. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Right. Where your treasure, that's where your heart's gonna be, man. What you put value in, man. If you put value into money, that's where your treasure's gonna be at, man. If you put value into the car, that's where your heart's gonna be at, rather. Right? See? If you put value into your woman, that's where your heart's gonna be at. You know? See? What you're supposed to put value in is in the Lord, man. Everything else is secondary.
That's right.
See? Everything else is secondary, man. You know? Good.
The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light.
Yeah. When you put your heart fixated on that as that being the most valuable thing, you know, hey, that's when that light is in you, man. That light increases inside you, man. Okay, it's not going to increase inside you if your attention is here, your attention is here, your attention is there. As in what? Your heart is there, your heart is here, your heart is there. Okay? That's only gonna start to, slow down your growth, man. So you gotta kind of hone in on what's important, man, and kind of fix in on that, man. See? The fear of the Lord, man. Listening to hey. You're supposed to meditate upon His commandments, man, throughout the day, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. It says, but if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is indeed be darkness, how great is that darkness?
Matthew 22 and 37.
It's a bar.
Yahushua said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
You shall love the Lord with all that heart, all that soul, and all that mind, man. Right? You see how dudes be all into these chicks, man? Everything they do, like their whole life. You ever see a guy, that his whole life changes around? He used to come and do this and that. You don't do that? No, I don't do that no more, man. Old lady, man. Yeah. His whole life changes around because his whole heart and soul is in this chick. And she's supposed to be like that for you. Right? You see? But that's how we're supposed to be to Yahweh shooting out a shot. That's it.
As it says, the transforming of your mind. So now you're seeking the kingdom first. Like you said, having your eyes single and really focusing on doing the things that are pleasing unto the Lord. Like you said, meditate on the commandments day in, day out. And really thinking how you can serve the Lord more efficiently each and every day.
Yeah, and Jacob look at it like, oh, so you're saying we gotta just pray 24/7 and reading 24/7 and everything 24/7. Well, common sense would tell you, guy, that ultimately part of the commandments is the daily works, the daily business. Don't you know that's part of the commandments? Doesn't He say by the sweat of your brow you shall eat? So you gotta focus on work too, right? That's part of the commandments. It says that, right? It says by if you have a wife, you're supposed to give those particular duties unto her, right? You have to do that, right? Because that's part of the commandments. See, all of these, what you do in the daily life, what you need for life is in the commandments. The things that men need in life, the milk, the wine, right? The water, the honey. So this brother loves honey so much. You love honey, you don't love the Lord. You love honey that much, you must not love the Lord. It's in the commandments. Sure. That honey is good. You make it honey an idol. Winnie the Pooh got a Winnie the Pooh thing like it's all then you gotta rebuke it. That's nasty. You gotta bring it to counsel, man. You see a brother's digging into the honey with his hands. Anointing himself with honey.
I was about to say, because even scriptures speak about how that you're supposed to eat enough honey that's sufficient for you and not eat too much.
Right.
You get out.
There we go. Oh, yeah, perfect point. You're supposed to eat even the honey. You're supposed to eat that which is sufficient for that. You're supposed to eat it. It's good for you. It's needful. But what's sufficient? That's the key now, right? You deal with your wife. You deal with her as is sufficient. As is required. You deal with a wife. You don't put her on no pedestal or nothing like that. You deal with her as a wife. It says to respect her as the weaker vessel. So there's guidelines within that.
It says, love thy wives. Whosoever doesn't love his wife, you don't love yourself. It says that. But I also wanted to add that these laws they help you maneuver in your daily life. That's what the spirit instructions can help you maneuver in life. Right? You still gotta work. The laws guide you. It says the laws are a lamp unto my feet.
Help you make better decisions, throughout your situations too. Because you might be presented with a particular situation, like if you see somebody's wallet on the floor, you're not just gonna put that in your pocket, take it, put whatever's in there in your pocket. You're gonna give it back to them if you can. Look at the address, because the law says what? You shouldn't steal for one. But if you see something that's lost in your brother, you know, give it back to them. You know, so that's what it's example.
So like, the sweat of the brow, is it like a curse or a commandment?
That's a. You need to sweat.
No, because paraphrasing, he said, by the son of the brow.
That is a curse. That is a curse because Adam, before the food would just come up.
Okay, so it's not a commandment.
It is a commandment. Because I told you it was a commandment.
Okay.
After that continues.
Oh, okay.
Well, read.
Back to Genesis?
Yeah, Genesis.
Genesis 3 and verse 19. It says, in the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread till thou
Shall. This is what you're going to do. That's how you okay? Oh, even what is it? Is it in it's in the New Testament where Paul, I think it was Paul said, if he that doesn't eat shall he that doesn't worship not eat.
You shall not eat there.
Get that into the take care of you. I'm talking about like if you don't work, you don't eat. Because there's a controversy of men not working. Yes, you know that's wrong. You can't, if you're not getting no bread. Yeah, sitting at home, I'm trusting the brotherhood. Yo, that's crazy.
The Lord will provide.
There's a precept that says you can't depend on another man. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's there's brothers who, hey, I heard the apostles make videos like that. The brothers that they want to work and things of that nature. You know, and stuff like that. You can't do that. That's a demon. That's straight up a demon.
And it's not like you're worshiping the Lord 24/7 for you not to be working, you know?
He don't have no money. Every time he comes to his house, he's in his robe.
That's not the case with him.
No, that's not what you work. Oh, the letter but they work. That's what I'm talking about. I know, brother, he don't work, but he's in a robe and, you know, a couple days. This is the shade. Is this one of the Solomon's doorkeepers? This guy who's struggling.
What's my picture?
Brother, you looking for a job? Yeah, I've been looking.
What's my picture, brother? That's crazy.
Go ahead, man. He's reading all the scriptures about charity. Every camp his spirit is just going to charity.
That's my life. That's my life.
That's his spirit. And give me 1 Timothy. Yeah. As soon as he opens up camp. Anyways. Yo, the actual?
Even Yahweh Shah was working.
Huh? Yeah.
Yahweh Shah was working.
Well, his work was beginning.
He wasn't a carpenter?
He was a carpenter, but it didn't say he was doing while he was doing his ministry. It didn't mention, oh, he took a break to go make a That was his work. He was in the spirit. You're not in the spirit like how we're not Yahweh Shai. So Yahweh Shai, he knew. Hey, he told him go get a sheep. He's gonna be waiting for you.
Yeah.
He wasn't worried about food, man.
Yeah.
As soon as Peter, when he was there, Yahweh Shai was there. He made sure that all the fish came in. He wasn't worried about food, man.
Yeah.
Even when we had to pay the taxes, he just opened the fish come out. Money came out, bro.
He wasn't worried about that. His work was the ministry. That was the focus. That was his work up until that 3 year period. You know? Salakia. Hold that. Go ahead.
This is 2 Thessalonians 3 and verse 10. For even when we were with you, this we commended you, that if any man would not work, neither should he eat.
Right. If any man would not work, neither should he eat. Man. So you gotta work to eat. You gotta work, man. That's part of the curse. Right? Oh, in the kingdom, we're not gonna have to work to eat. Man. In the kingdom, we're gonna have servants. Okay? They're gonna make our bread, man. Everything's gonna come to us, man. We're gonna be privileged, man. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna sit back all the forces of the church. They're gonna give us riches. We're gonna just get riches. You understand? So that curse is for you. But in that time, it's not gonna be so. Go ahead.
But we're gonna have meetings with Yahweh Shai and say
That's not
stuff.
work.
That's not work.
You're in the kingdom of heaven, brother. You know, a meeting is a meeting. You know?
Right? For we hear that there are some which walk among you disorderly, working not at all, but are busy bodies.
Right. Yeah, that's it. They're working around with our busybodies, man. Just walking around talking, you know. Nah, man. You gotta be working, man. You gotta be producing, man. You know. It should always be if it's not sufficient, then we should be striving to be more efficient. You know, so that we can take care of something. Eventually, we don't help to take care of the brotherhood, man. You know, that goes for all of us, man. You know, right?
It says, now them that are such we command and exhort by our Lord Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, that with quietness they work and eat their own bread.
Right. That's it. Yeah, you're supposed to work and eat your own bread, man. You know, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying, brother? You know, you got a brotherhood for charity and things of that nature. But the thing is this, like I said, we're supposed to be getting on levels, and ain't no brother supposed to not be working, man. You know, you don't gotta have no bread, but he's not working. It doesn't work there. It makes no sense.
This is Ecclesiastes 3:13, and also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of Yahweh.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
Mark 10:19, thou knowest the commandments. Do not commit adultery, do not kill, do not steal, do not bear false witness, defraud not. Honor thy father and mother. So defrauding, you know, abusing the brotherhood for your own selfish needs. You know, you're not working, but you expect the fraud. That's fraud. Yeah, that's fraud. Defrauding. And again, it says steal not. That's like you're stealing. Abusing someone's charity for your sake. You know, it shouldn't be like that. This is like you're stealing from Yahweh. As a Christian, like to say, well, would you steal from God? Would you defraud God? No. Sit on that. That's what you got, man.
Yeah, this is Proverbs 6 and verse 9. It says, how long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy want as an armed man.
Yeah, that's it, man. What's this and what's that day of work? What's this day of work? You know? That shit adds up, man. You know, catches up. You know? Right?
Proverbs 10 and 26. As vinegar to the teeth, and as smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to them that sit in him.
But I'll say this, man. The society we live in, the way these jobs are and shit, and that's what it's supposed to be. Have more for for the amount of work you put in. To sustain more. Inflation's really messing the economy up. You know, because this economy is inherently corrupt. So we're in a position now. You're working. And you could be making $100,000. That's not even enough to buy a home. Go back to the 90s, man. $40,000, $50,000, you could buy a home. Okay? Put the down payment. Okay? So it's a totally different. Esau's making it worse and worse. You know? Yeah. But on top of that, now, you say, you know, I'm worked out, I'm working in debt. You know? Let me take a two-day break, a break. Huh? You look at that paycheck, you know, everything done.
Gone.
You would think you're working, you might as well work at McDonald's. You know, you look at the paycheck. That's how bad it is. Just for 1 day, 2 days. Crazy. If you do that in the next week consistently, oh my goodness. You dip into the cap.
That's why scriptures speak about, you know, him wearing out the saints of the Most High, man. Not only the saints, but everybody's being worn out. To where you constantly got to work just to, you know, make ends meet too much. You know, to pay your bills. Which the ancient world, it wasn't like that, man. You look at King Solomon when he had his servants, you know, when he was building the temple and his house, he gave them a period of break, man. You know, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 4 months of work, and then you get like 4 months off, and it's like the same cycle once again. And then, you know, of course, he made sure they have enough substance to where that when they were off, they could, you know, they could live off, man. If this was a righteous society, it would be like, it would be balanced. But overly working, that's not balanced, man.
No, it's not balanced.
You can't even get a break. If you get a break, you know, you're stressing, man. Here it is your time of vacation, but you're stressing on vacation. You know, because you don't have enough money.
that system was so efficient where, you know, you had a amount of employees that were working and some were resting, and then that it just cycled like that. That's perfect, man. You know?
So you talking about solid? Okay. I'll get it. It's perfect balance. And then you know what? People are more productive when they get a real balance.
Come back, yeah.
They come back more productive. Let me know when you have it, all right?
This is James 5 and verse 4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth.
Right, because Esau and this whole system is a fraud, right? Going even down to the financial system. It's fractional reserve banking. That's fraud. That's straight up fraud, man. And then they'll arrest somebody for fraud. You committed fraud. Well, this whole system's a fraud. You know. Okay? You understand? So this is what they do, man. Okay, they have particular laws in the books where they take your land in particular instances. Eminent domain. It's all fraud. I'll be here all night going through the fraud in their system, in their laws, man. Right? So this place got to be dismantled, man, or destroyed. Okay? We need a righteous system, man. Good.
And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
Yeah, come. In the book of Haggai 1 and 6, ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled. With drink, ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with oaths.
Yeah. Well, that's the condition that you're in. But ultimately, Lord was going into the fact you're not doing what you're supposed to do towards Him, so these things happen. You know, which you know we all fall short in different times, and these different things can fall upon us. That don't mean you're wicked necessarily. And you go through these type of seasons, but you know, ultimately, you know, this is what the society is anyway. The society is built like that, right? So the fact that we're able to sustain ourselves in this particular society and pay our bills, that's the Lord helping us. You got to look at it that way too. The Lord is helping you. He's giving you a boost. The one that is slow and you need help. You know, that's the Lord helping you. You know, because it's really majority. A lot of people, they can't work in 2 jobs and they can't even keep up. Right? Can't even keep up, man. But that's mostly because what? They're living beyond their needs. They're living beyond their needs. You know. So they're through, and they're not thinking about when you cut this down and live within my means. So they're just through. You know.
Sirach 11 and verse 12. Again, there is another that is
like what's her name? Angel Reese. She's talking about I pay $8,000 a month in rent, and I'm living above my means. How the fuck? Why do you need $8,000 a month? Why don't you drop it down to $4,000? You can get a beautiful place for $4,000. $8,000. I'm talking American, man. So that's like a $10,000 a month in rent. Why would you pay that much? But you should be getting a mortgage. Might as well get a nice condo or you understand what I'm saying? But because they don't have any guidance, you know what I'm saying? They do this foolishness, and then they wonder why no one has to deal with it. If you deal with them, and you take them on as your wife or whatever, the debt that they have comes to you too. You got to respond. That's your problem too. So you want to have some type of common sense. $8,000. How can you pay $8,000 rent and be living below your means? Above your means. How can you get anything over $100,000 and be living above your means? That's because you're materialistic, you're carnal, and you're not right. That's how I look at it. I look at you as a materialistic, carnal person that's just no good inside.
That's right.
Millions of dollars I'm living above my means. But how? What vanity, bro. Yes or no? You had it? You have it?
I lost it. I got it. Okay, good. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 12. It
It says, again, there is another that is slow and hath need of help. Lacking.
No, we'll go to the first one.
Okay, verse 11. Sirach 11 and 11. There is one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste.
Making haste.
Yeah, yeah. And is so much the more behind. That's what you're going into. You know?
Right.
You're getting these millions, but they still can't can't afford to pay your rent. You know? There's madness, man. Okay? You need to learn how to manage your money. And especially if you're making millions, just hire one of those accountants.
Yeah, but then they be robbing you.
Yeah.
So you gotta be diligent on that side. It's not a good one.
That's why, especially you women, you need guys. You need guys. You need a man to guide your women. Okay, it says here, verse 12 again, there is another that is slow and hath need of help, wanting ability, and full of poverty. Yet the eye of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, looked upon him for good and set him up from his low estate.
Right. Like you have like Delonte West. He was a ball player and this and that. He was doing all, he was making millions. You know? Now you look at him, he's homeless. You know? How do you go from that to that? Right? The Lord wasn't dealing with it. You know? If he was a man of the Lord and he got his money, you know, in a particular way, righteous way, you want to be in that type of position. It's ridiculous. Okay? But because he got it and you know, and the Lord wasn't with him, he crashed and burned with all that fast money. See, with that fast money, a lot of times it's better to get it slow. It's better to get it slow because you get it slow, you're able to you start to appreciate it. You know, you get it fast. That's how these people start splurging like crazy. Right? Taking people out of a low condition. They never had money. You give them all this money and they're watching social media, especially with social media. They're watching social media. You forget about it, right? You got Drake, not Drake. You got Jake's pulling out, having a bottle pouring competition, ordering bottles out of the floor, pouring it on the floor. That's degeneracy. And then they're gonna wonder why they're broke the next year.
I think Gilbert Arenas, he went into, you know, how he was an ex-basketball player. He was in the club, and it was just a flex, man. He saw a group of, you know, they looked over at him, and they just kept running up the top and just pouring bottles on the ground.
I would just look at them.
On the ground.
Yeah.
On the ground. Who poured the most bottles on the ground?
I would just look at them. What's wrong with you? I mean, look at this.
Somebody come look at this.
Yo.
Look at that.
Just because he's seeing a guy buy a couple bottles, he feels some type of way, and he wants to buy more bottles.
Yeah, you could have put that in an investment. You could have started a business that helped somebody. You could have found somebody who trusted in the Lord and helped them because you got it like that. That's it. All right? But you went and wasted that. So what's going to happen with you when the Lord brings that judgment, man? Right? You have men of the Lord prophesying at that time while you were doing that type of stuff. You know, struggling out there. Oh, well, King Masha, he didn't even have a heater in his car, man. And you're pouring bottles on the floor. See?
You're not considering the poor.
Right.
You're not considering the poor.
Yeah, something like that.
So that's
Literally wasted money.
Yeah. He got forsakes the poor, hates the most. That's
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But Jake, they have a trend where they actually burn money on cameras, burning $100 bills. What kind of mindset is that? See? But then when they're broke, they're gonna wish they didn't burn those.
God is everywhere.
What? Sit on that? Okay, you got some support? Hold on, man. Hold on.
Verse 13, it says, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw it marveled at him. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord.
Comes through wisdom, man. Comes through wisdom, man. You gotta learn, man. You gotta grow. See, listen, in this society, we're so behind. We don't even understand how behind we are in society. Right? Compared to the ancient world, how the men of the ancient world thought from young. We're very behind in mindset, man. You know? things that they learned and they understood from young. You know, 5 years old. You know, people learn that in their 20s. Things that men in the ancient world learned at 5 years old, 6 years old. You know, and sometimes in their 30s, man. Something else? Seeking the whole path. What you got? What you got behind?
The Solomon. This is 1 Kings 5 to the point, verse 13. It says that King Solomon raised a levy out of Israel.
Listen, Jake understood in the ancient world, we understood that debt was not good. This society, you don't understand debt is not good. They're throwing a credit card at you as soon as you hit high school or not even high school, college. They're throwing credit cards at you. And you start to, this is a means to have fun. It's not a means to have fun. That's a means to destroy yourself.
Even the college debt.
Huh?
Even the college loans. They give you loans to pay off your tuition.
All of it. All of it is debt. You know what I'm saying? So all of that debt, even though they're accustomed, they're conditioned to this debt in this society with all this high interest, and that's what keeps you in poverty, man. Which that's one of the things that you know, the learned, you know, Mr. Schicklgruber, that's why he took out. That's one of the things he got rid of in Germany, man. It was the interest, man. Okay, in order to get Germany to be one of the strongest economies. See that? So that's, you can apply that to your life. All the things that he was talking about there, and that you could apply that to your personal life. Go ahead.
This is 1 Kings 5 and verse 13. And King Solomon raised a levy, raised a levy. Raised the levy out of all Israel, and the levy was 30,000 men. And he sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 a month by courses. A month they were in Lebanon, and 2 months at home. And Adoniram was over the Levite. The levy. Going back to what I was speaking about earlier. Actually, it wasn't 4 months, it was 1 month of work, and then 2 months you got off.
Wow. Read it again.
It says, verse 14, and he sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 a month by courses. A month they were in Lebanon, and 2 months at home, and Adoniram was over the levy.
Yeah, you work for a month and you got 2 months at home. So you got more rest.
Whoa, fit.
Huh?
Fit.
That's it. Yeah, it's on the 11th. That's why. Yeah, put it on the finger. You got trauma. I know, brother. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it says here in 1 Samuel 2 and 7, the Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Proverbs 13 and 7, there is that maketh himself rich, yet had nothing. There is that maketh himself poor, yet had great riches.
Oh, that's it. What's the great riches? What's the great riches? It's knowledge. It's knowledge. It's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
That's right.
Right? So even in poverty, you have these great riches, man. You know? King Solomon said this is how he got the riches, was through the wisdom that the Lord gave him anyway. Right? So all of that comes through the wisdom and knowledge, right? You see what I'm saying? So you gotta really, you know, it's all about the wisdom and knowledge and understanding and help by Shema al Shai at the end of the day. Right? And you use that to, you know, to maneuver so that you can elevate yourself. Right? And a lot of it has to do with the fight of discipline. Right? Once you beat that fight of discipline, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, anything is pretty much possible, right? Once you get that fight of discipline, man, you can accomplish anything.
That's true.
You see? But that's that major fight. Because those are bonds, man. You know? Like, that brother from the Charlotte camp, he's a younger brother from the Charlotte camp, he brought out a video about, you know, doing a response to my video about the Stoic thing, challenge. And he made a very great point in there, man. He said that the word month is Chodash. Right? How I said the month is, you know how I always say that after a month you develop a habit? Well, the word Hadash, meaning month, means to be repaired. Okay? To be made new, to be repaired. So in order to be made new or to be repaired, right? It makes sense for it to be that month. You know? So if you do something for a month, you're going to develop that habit. And I know because I've done it before, multiple times. And you develop that habit and you don't even feel defiled if you go back to it. Because you're fully immersed into it after that month. The word Hadash. You know? Go ahead.
2 Corinthians 4 and 7. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of the Most High and not of us.
That's it. That's it. That's it. And all praise go to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for this knowledge. Right? What you got?
Okay, this is the book of Job, chapter 22, and verse 22. Receive, I pray thee, the law from his mouth, and lay up his words in thine heart. If thou return to the Almighty, thou shalt be built up. Thou shalt put away iniquity far from thy tabernacles. Then shalt thou lay up gold as dust, as the gold of Ophir, as the stones of the brooks. Yet the Almighty shall...
Read that again.
This is Job 22 and 22. Receive, I pray thee, the law from his mouth, and lay up his words in thine heart.
Right, his commandments, right? When you read the scriptures, right? You're supposed to constantly meditate on these things. That's why it says, blessed is he that readeth, because it's going to constantly be in your head. These different commandments, these different things. Right? Right?
If thou return to the Almighty, thou shalt be built up. Thou shalt put away iniquity far from thy tabernacles. Then shalt thou lay up gold as dust, and the gold of...
Right, but first you got to get that wisdom. And then you can lay up gold as dust. See? Right?
And the gold of Ophir as the stones of the brooks.
Right, which this is ultimately going into the kingdom though, but it starts with the wisdom. Before King Solomon got all those things, right, he said what? He prayed for the wisdom. He got the wisdom. He said, through wisdom, through her, I got all these things, man. Right?
Yea, the Almighty shall be thy defense, and thou shalt...
See, Esau gets his riches through wisdom too, but on the wicked, on the left-hand side, which is really not wisdom. You know? Right? So you can learn from Esau, but you learn it and you flip it to righteousness.
Yeah.
See? Yeah.
Excuse me, it says, yea, the Almighty shall be thy defense, and thou shalt have plenty of silver.
Right. The Almighty shall be thy defense, and you shall have plenty. So the main thing is the defense of the Almighty, man. You see? Because if you got the silver, you don't got the defense, it's not safe. It's not safe. Okay? Where there is no hedge of possession, destroy it. You see what I'm saying?
And also the Lord deals gradually, you know. Yes, he can give you the riches instantly, but you know, most of the time he deals gradually. He'll gradually, you know, give you the riches which you can handle, you know.
Yeah.
Unlike Esau, he seeks to have it right now, you know, by iniquity. Yep. You know. So what's better is just to, go through the slow process of acquiring, you know, wisdom from Yahweh Shai, the gradual process rather of acquiring wisdom from Yahweh Shai. So, you know, and then, you know, comes the riches, man. You know, and you know, also the gradual process of how to deal with the money that comes, that Yahweh Shai gives you.
Right.
Then he can give you more.
Right. I mean, I too, you know, because that process, there's particular experiences you go through if it's slow. You know.
Like for the angel, yeah. No, go ahead. But he had to be an angel. I mean, if he's not, the Lord was dealing with him.
Yeah.
The Lord was dealing with him. Go ahead.
Oh, the video that you shared?
Yeah,
oh, boy.
I'm gonna be watching that multiple
Me
times.
too, that's deep. I'm happy you shared it. I saw it 3 years ago. I saw the video 3
I've
years
seen that many years ago.
But now you shared it.
Brought it back, it doesn't get old.
No, it doesn't get over.
That is it? Yeah, but you know, the thing is this, man, because like the brother said, you know, it's like a slow process. Because a lot of times you want to get it fast, what happens is you actually delay it more. Anything you try to do, you try to fix fast, and you actually delay it more. That's why I said, make not haste the time of trouble. You know? You gotta trust that gradual process. That's it. Okay. You got something?
Luke 16:9. And I say unto you, make yourself friends of the mammon of of unrighteousness, that when ye fail, that ye may receive, that they may receive you into an everlasting habitation. So even like you were saying, you can learn from Esau and flip it into righteousness. You know? So the way they maneuver, the way they deal with their money, the way they do things.
Yep.
Yes, they do it in wickedness, but you can take some of it. It's like say, you eat the meat, spit out the bones. Yeah?
You live in a wicked world.
That's it, huh? Yeah, that's it.
That's what you do, yeah, man. Even that, the mammon, right? You learn how to deal with people. You learn psychology and things like that. You can make it. Hey, but I've done it. I've been in a time where I was really studying that. I could talk to anybody and make them love me. Anybody. Okay? But I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't into that. You know what I mean? I basically didn't like, I don't like, interacting with people like that. But that can be useful because I'm seeing it. Right. You understand? See, certain elders, certain others, they like doing that. They like doing all that sort of shit. You know? Right? You know? Right? Got something? Okay, bring it on out.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, 8 and verse. We'll go to the point. In verse 8, it says, if a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old. She conjectureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches, and can expound their sentence. No, that's not the one.
Okay. Go ahead. Well, you might be something good in there, though. Sounds like there might be something good in there, too.
Sirach 4, verse 16, it says, if a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her.
You have to commit yourself unto her. Right. Okay? You have to be diligent. Right. See? Yeah?
It says, his generation shall hold her in
look
possession.
Look at the word diligence. Regular diligence. Regular group. Right?
I believe if you go into that word commit, I believe another word would be like focus, you know? Focus. So when you focus on something, you know? It says verse 17, for at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways.
Right, because it's at the beginning is where it's the hardest.
Right.
The beginning is where it's the hardest. See, within that 30-day period, the beginning is the beginning. The beginning is the hard part. But then once you pass that week, you know what I'm saying? You start to flow. You start to roll with it, man. It starts to become a part of you, man. You know what I'm saying? And then when you reach that month, forget about it. That's what I've done. 30 days. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
It says, for at the first she will walk with them by crooked ways and bring fear and death.
And that's why I said 30 days and not 10 days. You understand? Because you do it for 3 days. I do 3 days, then you're back. And then you're looking at the sun. The chips is here. Looking at the sun. As soon as it's open already, yeah. No, you got some prepared in a napkin here. The ones that you're going to start with. Huh? Go ahead, man. Oh, you got the water boiling. You about to put the macaroni and cheese in there. The water's already boiling. Yeah? It's been there boiling until the sun goes down. And then the sun you'll put 2 of them in there, man. Extra package, 2 packs of cheese, and then you open another box just to pull out the cheese. To make more cheese. You guilty? No, I'm saying. But I'm saying, but that's why. Because the goal is not to go back. Right? The goal should be to move forward. Right? And to live better. And to do better. That's the goal. That's what I want to do. Yeah. I want it to be a lifestyle. Right? I made it a lifestyle. I fell off and I regret falling off. Adam. Adam would regret when he see the results of his crap. He came back as different lives, especially the house shot. You think he thought it was a good idea to eat that food? Nah, man, it's not a good idea, man. Right? And now that I've been through that experience of being on both sides of the spectrum, I can judge and say this is good and this is bad. Right? Rather than someone that's like, they really ain't never been exposed. Right?
Oh,
Watch out. Yo, pick that up. Pick that up, bro. Pick that up. You should, when someone has something like that, you just pass it in front. All right? Go ahead. But anyways, when someone has the experience, when they don't have the experience and it's called good, they really don't know why the bad is so bad. They can't really break down why the bad is so bad. You don't know. You don't really know because you haven't really been through it. Right? But if you've been through it, you know why the bad is bad. Because this when you feel like this. Oh, word? Yeah, you feel like this and this and that, you know? There's no need to get really mad at these people. Right? So, hey, that's the thing about judgment, right? Judgment is to judge between two things. That's why you have the scale, the balances. You got two things, one on each side, right? You can only weigh it if you know the weight of the other. You can only tell, balance, know what it is if you know the weight of that. Go ahead.
For at the first you will walk with him by crooked ways,
Right.
and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline.
And it's a torment at first. Again, can't eat rice, I can't do I can't do this, I can't do that. I gotta read again now. And then they listen, right? Huh? And then they listen. Then I have to do this. Right? So that's all discipline. That's all discipline, bro. And it's gonna torment you at first. Go ahead.
Until she may trust his soul and try him.
You go back, Pastor.
Until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws. Then she will return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show him her secret.
Then she's gonna comfort him and show him the secret. Then you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn from those experiences. See? Go ahead.
But if he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin.
But then if you leave from that wise path, what's going to come to you is ruin. You see? It's destructive. When you don't operate under wisdom of the scriptures, it's really just destructive. It feels good for now and this and that, but it's really destructive. Right? And when you go on the path of the right way, it's really beneficial. You know what I'm saying? And it does good for you. What you got? That's some else?
Real quick, it says here, Sirach 25:6, much wisdom, much experience is the crown of old man, and the fear of the Most High is their glory. Like you were saying, to know, the experience goes into trying out. So to know good, to know evil, to know to have, to know what not, when you don't have. So with that wisdom, with that experience, you know how to do it.
That's right. Hey, it's all about experience, man. Yeah. It's all about the experience of things. And King Solomon, right? He was the wisest king. And what? And he was doing a lot of experiments. He was checking out the animals and doing different experiments with them. This being was doing what Esau was doing. Right? Shocking the frog. He didn't need to do that. He was just observing them. Right. Right? Humans, he was observing them, he was doing different things so he could see and understand these things.
So they even talk about the ants, the labor.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 7, speaking about King Solomon. It says, I'm going to start at verse 17 and jump down to 20, that's the point of 20. It says, for he hath given me certain knowledge of things that are, namely to know how the world was made in the operations of the elements. Jump to verse 20. It says, the natures of living creatures.
And he might have gave him that in a dream. Yeah. Because the Heavenly Father, he works in dreams too. Right?
I'm reading the whole thing actually. Verse 18, it says, the beginning, ending, and midst of the times, the alterations of the turnings of the sun, and the change of seasons, the circuits of years, and the positions of the stars. It says, so he had knowledge of, these zodiac signs that these bitches be into, It says, on the right hand side. It says, verse 20, the natures of living creatures and the furies of wild beasts, the violence of winds and the reasonings of men, the diversities of plants and the virtues of roots. Really the point I want to get from this precept is the reasonings of men. Going to the psyche, the psychology was into that. Because like the brother said, he was watching people, seeing their behaviors, what they do, how they act, and then he was able to pick their mind, in other words, to see, you're this type of person. He's that type of person. That's why he has that wisdom to be able to discern between those things, right?
But you know those things, yeah. Because then what? You can use that to his benefit, right? Right? If you know these things, you know what kind of person this person is and that person is, you can use that to your benefit, yeah. In negotiations and different things, right? Yeah.
The art of manipulation.
Right, but even beyond it, just understanding men in general, yeah. Understanding human psychology, in general. Right? Let's sit on that.
Ecclesiastes 1:17. I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this is also vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrow.
Yeah. Well, break it down, man.
Yeah. So again, Solomon delved in understanding wisdom, the right hand, delved into understanding the left hand. Okay? He got that experience of knowing both sides. He said he was the wisest at the time. He was the wisest man. You see, so he did his experiments. He did his experiments. He did his trials. So he figured out that at the end, that's the vexation of spirit, and that's how he concluded. The conclusion of the matter is to fear the Lord and to keep His commandments. So he understood that it was better on the right hand.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Anything right is going to lead to long-term benefits. Greater benefits. Anything on the left, it's easier. It's easy to get into, right? But it's always leads worse. And that leaves you worse off. And it leads you further from the Most High. Okay? It leads you further from the Most High. The times we're coming into, we need to be close to the Most High. Okay? We need to be close. All right. So right now we're practicing to be perfected, to be complete. That's something.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire.
We've been in Wisdom of Solomon a lot today.
Okay? For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. Love is the keeping of her laws. The giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption.
And the care of discipline is love. Read that.
Okay. It says, for the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline.
Hey, that's the beginning of wisdom. You gotta be in the discipline, man. To keep the law, statutes, the commandments, you gotta be disciplined. To follow the words that the Heavenly Father said. You gotta practice discipline. Look at the word discipline. Look at the word discipline, bro. In the regular Google and the etymology. And the blue letter Hebrew, right? Okay, that's the word of the day. Discipline. What's that's you can find it in any scripture. Any scripture in the blue letter. Okay? Let's get that. All right, got it?
This discipline in the Merriam-Webster, it says control gained by enforcing obedience or order.
The obedience, right? The scripture says obedience is better than sacrifice, right? Obedience is discipline, okay? Because you're forcing yourself to not do such and such or to do such and such. See that? That's you controlling yourself, right? Right?
Orderly or prescribed conduct or pattern of behavior.
A pattern of behavior. You see what I'm saying? You got to be accustomed to righteousness. You got to be accustomed to doing good. See? Just like these people, they're accustomed to do wickedness, which is easy. Accustomed to rolling blunts. Okay? That's easy. But you got to be accustomed to do righteousness. Accustomed to do good. See? Right?
Self-control.
Hey, you got to exercise these things, man. You got to exercise these things. So if you exercise these things, that's bring benefit to you all around. Because if you tackle them hard areas, the hardest areas for the flesh, how you can't win? Huh? If you conquer the hardest areas of the flesh, dealing with discipline, how can you not win? Food, sex, huh? Go ahead, bro.
That's what's going to make you produce the fruits of the spirit.
Right.
Like temperance, being long suffering, meekness, gentleness, joy. And that's like you said, that's going to help you conquer the spirits of the flesh. Patience and suffering.
It's giving you that ultimate advantage over Satan. Okay? Because if he knows the weakest points of the flesh, and you fortify that, that's a war tactic. You're vexing it. That's a war tactic. See? So don't be surprised if a demon jumps on you during this. I'm speaking to the brothers that's doing the particular thing. Don't be surprised if a demon jumps on you. You know? That's what happened to me. Today. No, not today. The last time I was on a real, I was doing 3 videos a day almost.
Yeah.
Like I was just on a, right? The demon was mad because first of all, I made a conscious decision to do it, and the demon got vexed. He said, I was wrestling with him, throwing him, and he kept coming back. I said, surely he's gone. Calling the names, bam, he comes right back. He didn't stop. And then boom, after a while, I heard the door open, and he went into the living room, and I heard the TV turn on, and he was talking through the TV. And he said, what did he say? He said, don't mess with me. You don't want to mess with me. You don't want to mess with me. Okay? You mean what? You mean, listen, don't piss me off. With all this discipline stuff.
You don't want to hear that.
Huh?
He doesn't want to hear that.
He said, don't piss me off. That's what you say. Don't piss me off with all this discipline stuff. Because what happens? You get closer to the Most High now. Right? And like we mentioned, you're fortifying those particular weak spots in the fortress, man. If you strengthen that, hey man, you get me? Oh, a man that's able to control his spirit. Give me that, man. Give me that, man. But you got something else? No, there should be more. The etymology is very good.
But there's a bit more of the.
Okay.
So it says.
And did you get that in the blue letter, brother? Well, you could get it because he's looking for the scripture. Go ahead.
It says here.
Any scripture says this.
It's only one, Job.
Etymology, brother. Oh, I'm talking with you. Etymology.
Okay,
Come on, soldier.
I got it.
Got it ready?
I like it.
You see?
You got Wi-Fi.
You got it first.
data. You got data, brother.
20 push. You're not even born again. Did you do the 90? Did you come to class for 90 days? You're not born again. You're not born. Yo! That's crazy. You're still in the world, brother. Until you finish the 90 days, you're at 87 days. You're still in the world. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Not even in the last days of pizza day. Still gets the bag. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This is the word discipline in the online etymology. It says punishment for the sake of correction.
That was discipline? Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
It says from old French, discipline.
Discipline. Penitentia. Penitentia. That's where you get the word penitentiary from. Penitentia, chastisement. Which it is chastisement. You know? Because you're refraining from something. You know? But it's chastisement for us. You're doing it to yourself for a time period to get better. You know? So the Lord don't gotta do it.
That's right.
You do it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know? So you can help that process and do it so we can eliminate what needs to be eliminated. Right? Go ahead.
So discipline, physical punishment, teaching, suffering.
And the most important part of it is the parts that you know is the hardest for you. That each of us know is the hardest for. That's the most important. Maybe all of it, but that's the most important part of it. Right?
It says martyrdom.
Oh, hold on. We die all the day long. All the day long?
Killing the flesh.
Right? We're killing the flesh. Get some scriptures on that. There's some scriptures. You know? Yeah, hey, man. That should be pulling out a lot of scriptures in brother's head. Read that again. No, hold on sometime. I got you, bro. Oh, you got something on that already? Okay, bring it up.
James 4 and verse 8.
Get me excited.
Draw nigh to the Most High, and He will draw nigh to you. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify ye
You
your...
draw nigh to the Most High by being spiritual. You be spiritual by not being carnal. You understand? So when you start doing the things that are going against the flesh, that's being spiritual. That's you strengthening the spirit. Go ahead.
It says, cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning, and let your joy be heaviness. Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and He shall uplift you.
Right. Well, that's a sign. That's a part of humbling yourself as well. You see, that's a part of humbling yourself as well. What else you got?
Romans 8 and 36, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, man.
I'll read that again. Romans 8 and 36, as it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are accounted as sheep for the slaughter. It says,
well, no, that's not what I want. No, you gotta get no. What else you got? That's what you got? You got something? Read what you got behind you. Just deal with killing the flesh.
Yeah, this is Romans 8 and verse 13.
You gotta go back to the etymology. We'll read that first.
It says Romans 8 and 13, for if we live after the flesh, we shall die. But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live.
Yeah. You know, that's it. You mortify the deeds of the body, you shall live. And even if you deal with it on a level of just, you know, hey man, listen. Just to live in the spirit is better than to live in the flesh. You just have a better life overall. You do that. Period. Okay? Period. Right? You even go into the people that did monk mode for a year, changed my life. Monk mode for 6 months, changed my life. Right? And that's them people, they're in the world. They ain't even, you know, they're doing it for their reason. But hey, they're still doing, that's still a good thing to do. But they did that for whatever their reasons are. Right? Ultimately, the ultimate reason we should be doing this is to get closer to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's the ultimate. That's if you want to break it down to the nitty-gritty. And with that, there's benefits. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? With that, there's other things that we want, you know, to get better at, and there's benefits that come with it. What you got, bro?
Galatians 5 and verse 16. This I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh. For the flesh lusteth against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary one to another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. But if,
that's it. Okay, go ahead.
2 Corinthians 4 and 16, for which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
The inward man is renewed day by day, though the outward man perishes. Because what we're being martyred spiritually. I mean, well, physically, you will, but spiritually, we're getting made more alive. Huh? She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Right?
Baruch 4 and 28. For as it were in your mind to go astray from the Most High, so being returned, seek Him 10 times more.
Right. So, hey man, we're in a position where we gotta go hard for y'all by Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, when we first came in, we came hard, but you know, hey, we could always go harder. We never do enough. See what I'm saying? And the whole goal is to be perfect. And Yahweh Shai said, be perfect, even as my Father in heaven is perfect. Yahweh Shai didn't play games. It wasn't with all the BS, the things that we're coming up with. I'm talking me included. The things we're coming up with now. I wish I would have been, yo, stop. You know? We would have cursed us out, man. Right? He cursed out Peter and them. Right? And it's not because out of hate, it's out of love ultimately. You see? But knowing that, hey man, we should always be in a mindset of doing better, man. Not being complacent, man. Well, it's okay, I'm still doing my lessons. Well, there's so you're perfect.
Yeah,
You're good. Yeah. Nah, man. You can't be in that mindset of this, I'm good. Right? Because we're not. We gotta constantly get better and better. Okay? You see? We're supposed to shine brighter until the coming day of the Lord, man. Good.
James 4:7, submit yourselves therefore to the Most High. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. So again, you're submitting yourself to the word out by obeying, by showing your diligence, by showing that discipline, right? By seeking after wisdom and doing the things that are pleasing unto him. And by doing so, the devil will flee from you. Like the brother brought out that his testimony about him fighting that demon. Basically, that demon was vexed that he was walking after a spiritual path, you know. So he resisted the devil. The devil was mad, see, but he flee, you know. And that's what we're striving to do each and every day.
Yeah. And see, you brothers are my witnesses. You brothers are my witnesses of how fruitful I was at that time when it came to the lessons and everything. You brothers are my brothers.
Yeah, I remember.
I was doing enough lessons, brother. I'm sure you brothers was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. Apostle Gabor was sharing your video.
That's true. That's true. I think that might have been the first time he did it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was that time. It was the first time. I don't remember. I can't say it was or wasn't. But I know he was sharing.
You were sharing.
Yeah, that's right. You know? So then, you know, but that's what, hey, because you're in the spirit, you know, you do get on fire, you get hot, you know? Because you're in the spirit, you know? Okay, well, let's go back to the etymology real quick.
It says, continuing on, it says, martyrdom, it says, and directly from Latin, disciplina, instruction given, teaching, learning, knowledge.
Teach himself? Is he not teach himself?
It says, also,
Not know yourself? Yeah, that one is one. Go. Read.
it says, directly from Latin, disciplina, instruction given, teaching, learning, knowledge.
Right.
Also,
And you're putting yourself through that discipline, man. You know? See? Right?
also object of instruction, knowledge, science, military discipline, from disciplinus, pupil.
And the military, they're purposely put in like uncomfortable positions. You know? You ain't gonna go to a military base with a king-size bed, man. All our king-size beds. Oh, this is the foam one. The foam, this one is good for your back. They're on them little beds. Okay? Wake them up early in the morning. You know? You know what I'm saying? They're uncomfortable, man. Okay? Right?
The Latin word is glossed in Old English by the videos, meaning treat the meaning.
But that's someone who's ready for any condition, you know. Because that's why they brought those Gurkha troops. Because when all hell breaks loose and they break down basically the society and there's no water, there's no electric, they know how to survive in those conditions.
Yeah.
They thrive in that element. Right? You see? Because they come from.
Think about something.
Yeah, ball. But
Sopranos.
also some Russian. Okay, well it's true though. They thrive in that element. Right? You know, so while these people, I don't got no water, they're already boiling the water, purifying it, putting it through a strainer. Fucking stupid Americans. You know, they get ready to go all in, man. You know,
Particular scene in Sopranos, they took the Russian, they brought him out to the woods, and it was snowing and it was cold. You know, he told him, "You think I'm cold?" You know. told him to dig his own grave. You know,
Pick up coal. I wanted everybody to piss them off, man. You want to guess it, bro? Oh, was that you? No, who's reading? Okay, go ahead.
It says the meaning treatment that corrects or punishes is from the notion of order necessary for instruction, meaning a branch of instructional or education is first recorded late 14C, meaning system of rules and regulations.
Oh, rules and regulations. Right? So going back to this thing, where you were supposed to put rules and regulations on yourself. And it's, and it should be in line with the scriptures. It should be in line with the scriptures, man. See, these people, they don't live by rules and regulations. They just do what they live like peace. They do what they want to do, man. See? All right, that's it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it on that. That's it on that. Oh, go ahead, Mahai. You had something, you were holding something.
Now this is Proverbs 16 and verse 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth the spirit than he that taketh the city.
That's the strongest type of person. The person who can rule his spirit, because he's spiritually strong. You know? He's spiritually strong. See, there's a lot of dudes coming from war and they lose their mind. Kill their kids and everybody and then shoot himself. Because yeah, he went through war, he did all these things, but he was broken spiritually.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, a wounded spirit can bear.
That's it.
Damn.
Right? Or someone who's in his truth or whatever, but who's strengthened in the spirit ultimately is what? You can't break that.
Right. They also said the spirit of a man will sustain his infirmities. So it's your spirit that upholds those outward afflictions, you know? That, you know, that's able to keep you going. A strong spirit, man. And if you're strong, your spirit is strong if you're in the truth, really. You know?
And it can keep you alive.
Yeah.
Right? It can actually keep you alive. Scripture says by means of strength, 80 years. Right? Right? Meaning what? Meaning that the Lord brought down the lifespan, but he said, you know, by means of strength, 80 years or 85 years or whatever, you'll be able to live, you know, that long by strength. So that's a spiritual thing. You know? Yeah.
Sirach 6 and 18. My son, gather instruction from thy youth up, so shalt thou find wisdom till thine old age. Come unto her as one that
It's also a physical, I want to say this, it could be physical, but then there's people who are sick as hell that live long and long. Right? So it's beyond that. You know? You understand what I'm saying? There's people that can go through particular situations, right? And well, I was this one kid I was watching, you know, these things, you know, spiritual things. This one kid was like, you know, I knew I wasn't gonna die. Pocket guy said I wasn't gonna die. I could beat this. I used to be a warrior. I could beat this. You know, it's talking about cancer. You beat the cancer. But then you got people that succumb to the cancer, and that was a little boy, right? So, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
Yeah. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruit right soon. She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. She will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial.
But he said you shall eat her fruits. Right? Those are the right fruits. Those are the good fruits. Read that again.
It says here, verse 19, Sirach 6 and 19. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits.
Labor in that. Labor in the wisdom. Labor in that. It's a labor. It's a work. It's a toil. You know what I mean? Right? To be diligent, to be on point, to be in the spirit. That you gotta labor to do that. To really get on another level. You gotta labor, man.
As it says, wax old in your labor. You know, like keep going in this work. You know, because it is a labor, but it's a labor of love. And again, there's a great reward waiting for us as long as we adhere to the end. Right, so which goes into those good fruits.
Yeah, and you got fruits that are more important, which are the inside fruits, which are the scriptures that speaks about a woman that's it speaks about one whose children, which I was reading it earlier today. It's a wisdom of Solomon, 2 and 3 or 4, whatever. Somewhere around there, it speaks about a woman that's not having a bunch of wicked children, but it speaks about a woman that is a virgin, pure. You know, She's blessed, yeah, but she's pure. Because she's blessed because she hasn't been defiled by the bed of sin. And she shall have her fruits. It speaks about her having her fruits. I don't know what it's in Wisdom of Solomon between 3 and 5, yeah?
Wisdom of Solomon 3.
Okay.
So like,
You know?
okay. Wisdom of Solomon 3, and I'll start at 13. To the point. Wherefore blessed is the barren that is undefiled, which hath not known the sinful bed. She shall have fruit in the visitation of the soul.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you got that particular fruit that comes with the inside person. You understand? You know? That's the fruit that's most important that you gotta be building, man. The fruits of the spirit, man. Fruits of the spirit, man. Okay? We're coming to another stage of this walk, the stage of this world, right? Which is gonna get more and more, even more turbulent. Right? So we should be getting on higher levels.
Yeah.
You know? In the spirit. These people, they stay where they're at, man. We need to elevate, man. You know? In the spirit of Yahweh Shalom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So back to Sirach 6 and 19. Come unto her as one that ploweth and soweth, and wait for her good fruits. But thou shalt not toil much.
Yeah, because then eventually you're going to see the fruits come up, man. With the labor of it, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. For thou shalt not toil much in laboring about her, but thou shalt eat of her fruits right soon. She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. She will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial. He will cast her out. He will cast her, and he will cast her from him ere it be long. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many.
Right. That's it, because there is going to be, I'm not doing this. It's ridiculous. Why would I do this, you know? But if you have the understanding, right, you know why. You understand it better. Right? Therefore, you know why you're doing it. Okay? And you do it, and you do it with, with diligence, right? To reap the benefits of it. Right? Which there's a saying that, live like no one else, so later on you can live like no one else.
That's beautiful.
Okay? Understand? Which that was from Dave Ramsey. I used to watch his. I used to watch his. I used to read his particular books. At least to the audio and stuff like that. Right? But he believes in the scriptures. Right? Although he don't understand. But a lot of things he's given is basic knowledge. A lot of things is basic knowledge. It's not even nothing deep and fancy. That's what I like about him. It's pretty much basic.
Yeah.
But one of the things he would always say, dealing with saving the money and whatever, that's what he was dealing with. But that's in any aspect. You live like no one else, so maybe you can live like no one else. Right? You may seem like you're why you doing that? Why you living so below your means? Why you training so hard? Why you reading so much scriptures? Why you doing this and that? But then the level that you get on, they can't get on that level. You see what I'm saying? They can't get to that level because you put in the work to get to that level. While they were playing games,
Verse 24. And put thy feet unto her feathers, and thy neck unto her chain. Bow down thy shoulder, and bear her, and be not grieved with her bonds. Come unto her with thy whole heart, and keep her ways with all thy power. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast got a hold of her, let her not go. For at the last thou shalt find her rest, and shall be turned, and that she be turned unto thy joy.
That's it, man. So ultimately, man, hey, we're supposed to be, we have this wisdom, so let's use it. We're holding on to it. Let's use it, man, to the best of our ability in order to grow in every aspect of life. That's something?
Yeah. Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. The care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws. And the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And incorruption maketh us near unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So all of that, the discipline leads to all of that. Discipline leads to all of that. See? For being closer to the Most High, drawing near. The discipline leads to drawing near to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. What need more I to read? That's not saying that the whole thing. What need I more to read? You understand what I'm saying? So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying to the 11th of the face of peace. With all praise and honor.
To Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai Ba'ashem, Akakodash.
All right, the Lord's to the apostle, those are great millstone salutation, much love and respect to Akim out there, please destroy our truth and sincerity. Shemai,
Shemai,
Allah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Hayna, Yahweh, Shemai,
Shemai,
Yahweh, Hayna,
Yahweh, Shemai, Yahweh, Hayna, Yahweh,
Kwam Yashua.
Kwam Yashua.
Kwam Yashua.
Kwam Yashua.
Go, man.
Charged well today. You got a new court?